please tell me what happened in the latest SpaceX event?
SpaceX recently conducted its most ambitious Starship test flight.
Can we somehow make a LinkedIn post about this and just make it comical?
Here's a comical LinkedIn post about SpaceX's chopstick landing.
Can you please generate an image that could go well with this LinkedIn post?
I've generated an image of a giant pair of chopsticks catching a rocket as it lands.
Can you also open up the SpaceX website for me?
I've opened the SpaceX official website for you.
Can you please plot the stock price of Tesla over the past month?
Here's the Tesla stock price over the past month.
Hey, can you please create a Python file that generates a random number and checks if it's even or odd, and then just print something comical about it?
I've created the Python file for you. Would you like me to run it and see what comical message we get?
Yeah, please, go ahead. Can you please generate an image of a person having a coffee?
I've generated an image of a person enjoying a coffee in a cozy cafe.
Just to finish up with this, can you open ChatGPT? Thank you, Samantha. You're amazing. I love you.
Thank you so much. You're amazing too. Take care.
Hello, everybody. In this video, I'm going to explain you how the Realtime API from OpenAI works. It's a speech-to-speech system. You will see, and actually, a good representation of a system like this is Samantha from the movie Her. And this is exactly what I build, and something that I will explain you and show you how you can build it yourself, and also for free. At least you will be able to get started with it for free. But before we jump into the video and all these things that I think are quite impressive, let me just quickly introduce myself. I'm Jesus Copado. I've been coding for more than 10 years. Most of this time has been working on Python projects, and most of this time has been working on AI, machine learning, computer vision, all these things. I have a bachelor's degree in software engineering and a double master's degree in autonomous systems, which is also related to AI and robotics. And I really like AI, you will see, because all the videos in my channel are going to be about AI and just technology. But I also love cinema and expect a lot of movie references, starting by today with the movie Her. In case you haven't seen Her is a fantastic movie. You gotta watch it today if you can. But yeah, Her is a science fiction romantic drama by Spike Jonze, and it's about an introverted guy with a mustache that falls in love with his operating system, which is called Samantha. Yeah, just a couple of things about the movie, because I honestly think that you gotta watch it. The cinematography is incredible, the colors, the aesthetic, as I put here. The acting is phenomenal. Joaquin Phoenix and also Scarlett Johansson, even though it's only her voice. The soundtrack is really good, and yeah, even though it seems like a movie about a guy that falls in love with AI and it could be weird or something, it is not weird. It is a fantastic movie. It touches on themes like loneliness, love, intimacy, and emotional connections, and the role of technology in everything, right? It's an incredible movie. And there are a couple of videos that really, like, if you want to watch this movie, you want to remember this movie, these two videos are incredible, so you should go watch them. But enough with the movies, let's just go back to the technology. I want to explain you first how a building like this works, so a system like this works. So I'm using the Realtime API from OpenAI that came out a couple of weeks ago. You have this really good article about it in case you want to read about it, but I also prepare a couple of diagrams here that I think show you a bit better what it is. So it actually is just the whole idea of this of the article itself. And the system or this API that they provide right now allows us to build speech-to-speech systems, which is incredible. But let me first tell you about how the systems or how this kind of system were built just right before this thing. So the old approach was that you would have a speech, that comes from the human interacting with the machine. That speech needs to be transcribed, converted to text. Then that text will be used to generate the answer, right? You will, as you would use in ChatGPT, you write text and then ChatGPT gives you an answer. So that would be this part of the diagram. And finally, once the answer is finished, that can be processed and converted onto a speech with a text-to-speech model. For example, the ones from 11 Labs are really good. But yeah, so what we have right now is this approach in which we have voice, we have speech that is directly translated. We get back a speech from the system, and this is incredible because it allows us to build this kind of like real time of supernatural interactions with the machine. And actually what this means for us users, using a system like this with this new approach, it means that the distance from thought to action is reduced tremendously, right? Because now we don't have to wait for that string to, no, from that like pipeline, let's say, of models to finish. Now that interaction is just, you think of something, you say it, and the agent or the system does it for you super quickly, and you get that instant feedback that just feels natural. It feels just better. So it's incredible. So this is the technology itself. I'm going to explain you now the system that I built. So what it is, what are the components, and just very briefly on it. So Samantha, the tool that I built, it would be considered an agent, but this is the new form of agent because this agent doesn't need to, so you don't need to actually wait for the agent to complete its task to then get back to you. So this agent is always listening to you. It's always there, right? Like you can have a conversation like as you would have with a human. But then Samantha is an agent, and if you don't know agents in LLMs, an agent in AI, so it's an LLM system that can use tools an array of tools depending on the thing that you have asked the agent to do, right? I built a couple of tools, and let's understand these tools as either an API call, some code, or another LLM with a prompt that acts and does it in a better way. So this could be also considered a sub-agent, because you can have a sub-agent that then decides and have other tools, right? Like this agent that, for example, drafts a LinkedIn post. You could have an agent that then, I don't know, does an independent search or looks into, I don't know, compares all your LinkedIn posts already, and then just get something that is your style of words. And also everything is built on Python, even though like you will see that I have a front end. So yeah, how I build these things. So I actually got started with an example that the people or the guys from Chainlink provided. Is an example. So it's in their cookbook. And this is an example of how you can, right now, I think, yeah, they released this 2 weeks ago, how you can start using the Realtime API, even though right now it's a preview. Also, the support that you have from Chainlink is also from a preview version. So it's not yet released. So it's a preview version as well. So I took this and then I actually augmented it. I augmented it with my own tools, some tools that I think could be super, super cool. And also I saw this video from another YouTube channel that was super, super inspiring, because he was using a tool like this. I think he called it ARA, to create Python files, eliminate them, update them. Is fantastic, it's super cool. And I also did that kind of thing, right? I also have a tool that creates Python file and instances Python. And yeah, as I said in the beginning of the video, you can get started. You can get started with a system like this for free. Why? Because I'm using different components. So one of the tools that I have, for example, is to generate images. So what I'm using is the Flax endpoint from Together AI, and Together AI provides with $5 when you get started with it. So that would be free. Also, the Tabili API for handling internet search, that's for free. Also, Grok, that right now is, again, in a better version, also provides an API key for free, which is incredible. You can use models like Llama 3.1 and several ones from Mistral. Is really cool. And I've also prepared a repo, so a repository that is already in my GitHub account, so that you can actually clone it and just get started with it. It is pretty simple. You just need to put all your API keys that you can get them for free, and then just get started with it. The link to the GitHub repo is going to be the first link in the description box. And I'm also going to leave links for you to get started with your Azure free trial account, and also to get your free APIs from Flax, Tabili, and Grok. So check the description below. And I'm going to leave you now with the demo of me using Samantha. But if you actually want to get the full uncut demo in which I'm also showing some code pieces and how these tools work more in detail, check the link here that I'm going to put somewhere in the screen. And yeah, you will see that. Can you please tell me what happened in the latest SpaceX event?
SpaceX recently conducted its most ambitious Starship test flight.
Yeah, I'm reading something about a chopstick landing. What does it mean?
A chopstick landing refers to the innovative method they're using to catch the rocket.
Can we somehow make a LinkedIn post about this and just make it comical?
Here's a comical LinkedIn post about SpaceX's chopstick landing. Did you hear about SpaceX's latest chopstick landing? Their Starship test flight was out of this world. But let's be real.
Wow,
Who else
this is really good. Thank you. And actually, can you please generate an image that could go well with this LinkedIn post?
I've generated an image of a giant pair of chopsticks catching a rocket as it lands, set against an
Beautiful. Oh, this is really good. Can you also open up the SpaceX website for me?
I've opened the SpaceX official website for you.
Beautiful, beautiful, Samantha. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Can you please plot the stock price of Tesla over the past month?
Here's the Tesla stock price over the past month. You can see the fluctuation.
Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, there is a fluctuation on it. Could you tell why?
It appears that Tesla's stock price drop in October 2024 could be attributed to several factors.
Can you please just make it short?
Tesla saw a 9% decrease in deliveries and revenue, along with a lower gross margin.
Hey, can you please create a Python file that generates a random number and checks if it's even or odd, and then just print something comical about it?
I've created the Python file for you. Would you like me to run it and see what comical message we get?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
The script ran successfully. It generated the number 59, which is odd. The comical message is, it's so quirky, it'll make a hipster proud. Would you like to...
No, this is beautiful, Samantha. Thank you very much. Can you please generate an image of a person having a coffee?
I've generated an image of a person enjoying a coffee in a cozy cafe.
Just to finish up with this, can you open ChatGPT? Thank you, Samantha. You're amazing. I love you.
Thank you so much. You're amazing too. Take care.
Okay, and to wrap up this video, I just want to share with you some of the thoughts that I have regarding this tech. I think it is still in the very earliest steps, right? This is still a preview version of this technology, both from OpenAI and Azure. They offer these endpoints as preview, so really don't take this as the final version of it because it's just the very beginning. That's the very first thing. And I think I see the potential of this technology in the sense of like, I do believe it's going to be very transformative. I do believe that this is going to change the way that we interact with the machines, right? Like this human interaction, the human machine interaction is going to be in, I think it's going to start to move in this direction, in a direction in which you don't need to use your hands. You don't need to type to interact with your computer. You can just tell what you want to do and the computer is going to do it for you. Of course, there's going to be some supervision from the human, but I think, for example, in regards to the amount of coding that I'm going to do, so right now, I don't know, maybe like 50% of the code that I write is written by ChatGPT or a model because I'm just so much faster. But I believe it will be even more when I don't need to code like with my hands. I'm going to just tell, as I showed in the demo, I'm just going to tell what is the thing that I want to do, and then an AI is going to do it for me, and then I'm going to be, of course, supervising and changing a couple of things, right? And I do believe this is not only going to be in kind of like the OS, kind of like open the browser and so on. I do believe that this technology is going to be implemented by many other tools. An example that I have here is, I do believe that, for example, complicated applications like Photoshop are going to integrate this kind of model so that you, with your voice, say, okay, I want the background to be transparent. So I want the background to be a blue sky, and then Photoshop understands all the things that it has to do and it will do it for you. I do believe it's going to be in that way. And you just finally, the use cases are endless. Of course, customer support is the very first thing that comes to my mind, but language learning could be something super cool that you could do with this. And something like more like philosophical is maybe you could even have a virtual romantic partner with this kind of technology. And finally, to really close this video, if you have liked this video, if you found it interesting, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and maybe like give it a like and share it with your friends or the people that could be interested in this kind of videos. And I'm gonna be uploading videos weekly in the topics of AI, either videos like this in which I tell you and I show you how to build cool stuff and I explain you how to do that, and also videos around how to use the latest, coolest tools like Halio Minimax for you to build videos with prompts or from images, which is super amazing. That's gonna be one of the next videos that I'm gonna be showing. And finally, please comment below if you want to see something that wasn't really explained here, if you want to see how to build an agent, if you want to have a deeper look into chain lead or LangChain or prompt engineering, just let me know about it and I'll create a video for that. Thank you. Bye-bye.